if someone is in a position where they have, let's say, a fear of abandonment or a fear of rejection, or they could fear being harmed and their life coming to an end as a result, they can end up looking into what they can do to deal with their fears or their fear, whatever it is that is causing them problems. Because through having, let's say, this fear, let's go with the fear of abandonment, they're going to be wasting a lot of their time and energy focusing on what they fear. So this is going to make it difficult for them to live their life to the fullest, because they'll be wasting a lot of time and energy and they won't be able to completely focus on what it is that they want to experience. So if someone has a fear of abandonment, then most likely they're going to want to experience deeper connections with others, to feel comfortable spending time by themselves. And so if someone was to look into what they can do to resolve this fear, they may end up being told that their fear of abandonment is irrational and that they need to change their thoughts. So through reframing what is going on up top in their mind, they will be able to either remove this fear or to greatly diminish it and to be able to live their life. So through following these steps of questioning the evidence that goes against this fear, so they could find that even if they were to be abandoned, they're probably not going to die, they would still survive and they would be okay. So this can be seen as evidence that this is irrational and they don't need to fear abandonment. And through changing their negative thoughts into positive thoughts, this can also help. Now, although this approach may work, it might not, and even if it does work, it might not work for very long. And the reason for this is that the reason they have this quote-unquote irrational fear is because they were abandoned very early on, and they may have been abandoned on many occasions. And so although now it can seem irrational, there was a point in time when it was completely rational. And so although they will have this fear, what they fear will have already taken place, it will be over. But as they won't have been able to resolve what took place, because of course when they were younger they wouldn't have been able to, when they were a small child they wouldn't have been able to handle the pain and the trauma that they were experiencing, so they would have had to most likely have disconnected from themselves. And because their body is still in this traumatized state, they're still going to fear something that has already taken place. And through fearing it, this can be seen as a defense, because if they were to go deeper, go under this fear, they may soon end up getting in touch with the pain that they experienced when they were abandoned. So instead of coming in with this very surface level approach and labeling this fear as being irrational and looking for evidence, it will be essential, and this is if someone wants to truly resolve what is going on, it will be essential for them to go under their mind, to get in touch with their body and to resolve this trauma. And this can be a time when they will be resetting their nervous system and grieving unmet childhood needs, but simply playing around with the mind, rearranging the furniture on the Titanic, as they say, is not going to truly resolve this fear. So if you can relate to this and you can see that you have this fear of abandonment or fear of being harmed, then it may show that this is something that actually took place. It's not irrational, it's not just your thoughts. It's an experience that you are still carrying, or many experiences and it will be essential for you to reach out for external support.